Hi, everybody. This is Randy Karchner, the musical health coach or the health coach that's also a musician. I normally do Fortissimo Friday, but I was traveling out to Pennsylvania to see some good friends of mine. And so I've actually got my buddy here with me this morning, and I'll let Dave introduce himself in just a minute. But this is Dave Kammerer, and they live out in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. So I was thinking about just a couple of tips. I know as a musician that during the holiday season, there's always a ton of concerts. Musicians are always in demand. And as a touring musician years ago, and also doing sessions and doing orchestrations and stuff like that, I saw, and with other musicians, and also within my own life, that life can get so busy, crazy, that you forget the most important things. If you've got a car, you got to put gas in it, right? Or it's not going to work. You also have to think about the maintenance of the car, or it's going to break down. Either way, both of those things are going to cause the breakdown of the car. So, um, as a musician, I worked in the music business for over 30 years. And at the first part of it, we're young. We don't think anything's ever going to happen to us. And so, we just have sessions that we're going to, or I have an orchestration that I was going to conduct the next morning. And it was just crazy. There's always such busy schedules. And I just would eat like crap. I wouldn't take any time to eat properly because I was always eating on the run. When I toured with the Osmonds years ago for the Marie Osmond Christmas Show tour, which was a very fun time, it was nuts. It's like we would perform, we'd leave, we'd stay up late watching videos on the bus, then we'd fall asleep and get up at 11 o'clock at the next venue the next morning, and then we'd eat whatever was around, or we'd go to the mall and just eat junk. So, of course, years later at Cat, I know so many people in the entertainment industry, not just musicians, but all of us, engineers, people doing lights, the sound, all that stuff. It's just crazy busy. And so many of you work in very busy professions where eating is something you have to do at some point, but it's not something you really think about until you're either really hungry, and so what happens? You choose whatever is the fastest thing, but you haven't eaten all day, and so you just eat way too much and maybe some of the wrong things. So my little tips or suggestions are, no matter what you do for a living, and especially speaking out to musicians, if you're playing sessions and touring and stuff like that, do the very best you can to have some healthy snacks with you that you can munch on throughout the day, that have good, a good amount of protein. You got to have brain function, so you need some carbs too. So you can't go carbless. So something that's maybe a good protein carb balance without maybe too much fat, but you got to have fat as well. So if you can choose little snacks to eat on throughout the day, in between the session takes, or when you're on the road, it's like fueling your body. It's like putting gas in your car. It's going to really help your car, obviously, to run. Secondly, doing the maintenance stuff, doing all the important things that you need to be doing with your health is going to help for longevity. So anyway, that's my health thought this morning. I have very special. It's very special for me being here in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. First of all, because of my friends at Kammerer. So just one second, I'm going to turn it over to Dave. But also, my sweet aunt Carmine passed away this past week, and I'm going to hang on to my emotions, but I've been thinking a lot about her family, my Uncle Ronnie and my cousin JC and my cousin Claren. And this place around here is special to me because my cousin JC served a mission for our church, and his first area was right here in Carlisle, Pennsylvania. And so the song that Dave and I are going to perform in just a minute, it's a spiritual song, which I think will have a lot of meaning to a lot of people. But especially I want to dedicate it to the Celine family at this time, and to my sweet aunt. So this is David Kammerer, and I'm going to let him tell a little bit about himself.
Greetings from South Central Pennsylvania. Randy and I have known each other, if we got our dates figured right, for 30 years now. It's amazing. But I'm a career educator. I spent 39 years as a music educator. I know what Randy's talking about with the music business because I was also a moonlighting musician during that period of time. I guess today you would call it a side hustle. And we got to know each other in a way that, some of your relationships you can tell are not just coincidental that your paths cross, and that's the way it was with me and Randy. We met at an especially for youth conference for our church, young people from our church, and he was performing with another musician from the West, and I was here living in the Allentown, PA area. We got to meet during that conference, got to exchange some greetings and some appreciation for each other's music. Fast forward to 1993, and I moved to BYU, Hawaii, to be part of the music faculty there. And then Randy comes with another inspirational musician and does a performance there. We reconnect, and we've been connected ever since. He's come down and done a co-producing of a CD project we did with our pop, we call it contemporary pop ensemble, Pacific Power Horns and Rhythm. We have stayed in touch over the years. We've collaborated on a couple of things, and now that we're 2 hours away from each other, we're looking forward to do a whole lot more collaboration. So this is a piece we'll do for a worship service tomorrow, and Randy thought it was very appropriate for his family at this time.
Cool. And Dave is a fabulous trumpet's his instrument, but he's also a very excellent tenor vocalist. So I'm going to have him share his gifts today, and I'm going to turn it over to him while I start this thing. Here we go.
With me 'tis eventide, the day is past and gone, the shadows of the evening fall, the night is coming on. Within my heart a welcome guest, within my home abide. O Savior, stay this night with me. Behold, 'tis eventide. O Savior, stay this night with me. Behold, 'tis eventide. Abide with me, 'tis eventide. Thy walk today with me has made my heart within me burn, as I commune with thee. Thy earnest words have filled my soul and kept me near thy side. O Savior, stay this night with me. Behold, 'tis eventide. O Savior, stay this night with me. Behold, 'tis eventide.
beautiful, Dave. Thank you. It's just been a dream come true for me to be able to perform something with Dave. Fuel your body often. Make sure that you're putting gas in and you're doing the maintenance stuff that you need to do for your health, because you're also affecting everybody else around you. Because if you don't put your oxygen mask on, you can't help anybody else. This has been Randy Karchner bringing you Fortissimo Friday on Saturday. It's like more like Sforzando Saturday, maybe, right? Okay. I hope that you have a fantastic weekend. Make the best choices you can, and please join me next week. Randy Karchner, the musical health coach, the musician who's also a health coach. Thanks for joining us. Bye-bye.